Hi gang, Gordon here. I hope you're all well, mentally, physically and spiritually. And that's what I'm talking about today. I'm going to do a series of videos and these videos are called Wake Up. Wake Up. Okay? What on earth am I talking about? If you're watching this, you're probably thinking I'm awake already. What the hell's he on about? This is the bottom line. Okay? And I'm going to get into the details. I believe, and this is just my belief, I believe that the majority of people on this earth are asleep. I believe that the majority of people on this earth are in trance. I believe that the majority of the people on this earth do not have the faintest idea about what's happening around them, what's being done to them. We're being fooled. The question is, are you being fooled? Am I being fooled? Are you awake? Are you aware of what's going on around you? Okay. I want to talk about health. I want to talk about health as a whole, a holistic idea of health. Okay. I believe that we as a world are in the worst place we've ever been in terms of our health. We are in the worst place. And yet we are supposedly in the best place. So how on earth can I say we're in the worst place when we're in the best place? In terms of modern medicine, in terms of modern drugs, in terms of fantastic production methods that we have, providing us with the best of foods. Okay? Rubbish. It's rubbish. Why? Right, let's just give you an example of that. Why is it that it's being projected that in 2012, 7 years from now, as I make this video, in 2012, 1 in 2 men will have cancer and 1 in 3 women will have cancer at some point in their life. Why is that being projected? What is going on? Have you thought about it? Think about this. You, if you're married, there's a chance that one of you will have cancer. Think about this. If you have 2 children, 3 children, there's a chance that one of those children will have cancer. More and more people are having cancer at a young age. Millions of people are dying. What is going on? All right. So that's just one very, very small reason why I think that we're in the worst place. I am not I'm not a doomsayer. I'm going to give some absolute concrete ways of fixing this for you. Not for fixing the world. I'm not that good. But for fixing you and I. So watch on. Alright, I'm not here to make you feel bad. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my opinion of what's going on. I'm going to help you wake up to what's happening. Now you've got 2 choices. You may already be awake, by the way, and if you are, watch on. You'll agree with what I'm saying. But if you're not, you have 2 choices. Okay? When the alarm goes off in the morning, what do? You have 2 choices. One is you pay attention to it and wake up. And the other one is that you switch it off and go back to sleep. You choose. You choose. But my advice to you is this. Listen to what I've got to say. Then everything that I say, particularly what you disagree with, go and research it. Because I am telling you this based on a lot of research. I am not an academic in the terms of being able to lay on you lots and lots of statistics and quote from learned people. I'm not like that. I'm going to give you a very much of an overview. But trust that my overview is based on years of looking at this. Okay? I'm not telling you these things lightly. Right, where do we start? We're starting with food. First thing, you need to wake up about what is happening around you with food. Do you know that the food companies, and when I say the food companies, Alright, there are some exceptions, and for those who are listening that are involved in food companies in which this isn't true, I apologise. But the big companies that have monopoly on producing food for us do not give a shite about us. They do not care about our health, our welfare, our nutritional needs. They couldn't give a shite. The only thing that those companies are interested in is making profit for their shareholders. That is their legal obligation, and that is the only obligation that food companies have. Now, what happens is this. A food company's job is to produce food at the cheapest rate and sell it at the highest price. That's it. How they go about doing that, it doesn't matter to them. They will cut corners, they will use lower standard goods, they will do anything in their power to make the food cheaper to make it last longer, to make it cheaper to transport. That's their job. They don't care about you. Oh, I hear you say. Of course they care about the people that we are, the customers. You need to look at this, okay? The food that is being given to us now in the supermarkets, pre-processed food, is crap. It's crap on a plate. Do you know that in the modern world we eat 2 times more than we ought to, and yet we're starving to death? People are undernourished, and they're fat and undernourished. They're fat and ill. Why? Because the food that we are eating has no value. It has no food value. It's rubbish. Squashed up and made to taste nice. Right. Check it out. Don't believe me. Do you know that processed food, much processed food, has what are called additives in it? You'll see it on the ingredients. Flavorings and additives, okay? If you knew what they were, you wouldn't eat them. Because these additives, and it's been many times over proven, these additives are designed in laboratories, designed to make the food taste nice. Flavorings, to make the food taste nice. Why do they need to make the food taste nice? Because it's shite. Because if it didn't have the flavorings in, you wouldn't put it in your mouth. Why is it that people say, but you know, why is it all the bad things taste wonderful and all the good things don't taste very nice? Exactly, the answer is there. Because on purpose they make synthetic flavors, synthetic drugs, chemicals that make you believe that this food is out of this world. And yet it's shit food. Okay? Have you seen that groundbreaking film, Super Size Me, of a man who was in his prime, fit as a fiddle, and he then started to eat McDonald's, and he only ate McDonald's for 3 months. Just McDonald's for 3 months. In 3 months, after he was going to the doctor for checkups, the doctors were saying to him, you need to stop this now because you were damaging your organs. You will not recover from this. You will die if you continue to eat like this. You will die. Okay? It took the guy a year to get over the damage he did in 3 months. If he did get over it. Why? Because this food is shit. I'm not just talking about McDonald's. I'm talking about all food that has gone through a process. You need to check out these things. Do not trust what it says on the label. The labels lie. They say things like healthy. What a load of bollocks. Healthy? No. Very unhealthy. Why are they allowed to get away with it? You tell me. I don't know. But they do. Do you know that we are eating now more diet products than ever? Do you know they do not work? Diet products make you fatter. Why do I know that, and how do I know that? Well, apart from working with a lot of overweight people who eat diet products all the time, never in the history of mankind have we had so many diet products on the shelves in supermarkets. Diets everywhere. Diet everything. Low carb, low fat. Okay? We have more products now, and so why is it that we have more fat people than we've ever had? It doesn't weigh up, to use the right expression. Diet products never had as many. Fat people never had as many. Why? Because they don't work. Now, do you think that the diet companies know that? Of course they do. They know fine well that products don't work. Do they say anything? Of course they won't. Why? Because people buy them, hoping, praying that it'll make them slim. And what happens is they're still fat and ill because they're eating the most bizarre food ever in the world. Do this. Go to a health food store and get some organic food, but pre-prepared organic food. I want you to look at the ingredients, count them, okay? And also pronounce them. And you'll find that there'll be a very few amount and you'll be able to say them. Mostly, if it's a good store and if it's a good organic food, you'll be able to pronounce the foods. The names of the ingredients, I should say. Yeah? Now, pick up the same product in a supermarket and try and pronounce some of the words, okay? And read how many ingredients they've got. It's endless. And some of them are even just say, and additional stuff. Flavorings. They're not specific. All right? Why? Because this is full of shit. And this one, from a health food store, is full of good stuff. All right? Good food doesn't have 50 ingredients in it. Other thing, I work on this premise, my wife and I work on this premise. If we can't get the word out of our mouth, we're certainly not going to put it in our mouth. If you can't say the word, don't put the bastard in your mouth. Sorry for the language, but it's the case. We're looking at ingredients, words this long, and you say, well, what is that? I have no idea, but it tastes friggin' lovely. We are poisoning ourselves by proxy. The companies are poisoning us with rubbish, and we are trusting that what they're giving us is good. We're trusting that what they're giving us has been through rigorous checks. Do not believe it. Do not believe it. Check it out. Aspartame. Aspartame. You need to look at what aspartame does. The aspartame has not had the proper checks done. It was rushed through. Why? Because the major people in politics who had positions of power also were in positions of power within that company. And that product was pushed through without the tests. Now we're finding out that people are having a wealth of illnesses who are drinking diet drinks. Tremendous problems, both mental and physical. Why? Because then they can put on the label diet, and people think that by drinking diet drinks they will not get fat. Myth. It's now proven that people who drink diet drinks end up fatter than those who don't. Aspartame is what's called an excitotoxin. Read about it. Pop it into Google. Aspartame, excitotoxin. Read about it. Find about it. Educate yourself, please. Do not anymore trust that what you're being given to eat is good for you. They don't care. They do not care. I'll say this over and over again. They don't care about you. Some companies produce food specifically designed to make you fatter. Some companies produce food specifically designed to make you more hungry. How about that? To make you more hungry or hungrier. Do they care? No. Fat people eat more. They're over the moon if everyone's fat. Fat people eat more food. People with cravings eat more food. People with addictions eat more food. So wouldn't it be lovely if everybody just had a fat, craving addiction? Are you one of those people? Are you one of those people who eat rubbish food without even looking at what you're putting in your mouth? And if you are, wake up. Start doing something about it. Educate yourself. Pop the ingredients into Google and find out about them. Don't trust anymore. And by the way, if you're not, if you're one of those people who take care, well done. And pass the message on. Tell everybody that that's what they have to do. Why? Because we're dying. We're dying. People are getting cancer younger and younger and younger and younger. People have got diseases that we've never had. We've got 20th century diseases, 21st century diseases that have never existed before. Suddenly. Why? Because we're shoveling shite into our mouths and not asking the questions. GMO food. It was never tested. It was never tested. GMO foods, do you know how big GMO foods are now? There are a lot of companies that have thrown them out now, but they're still overwhelmingly everywhere. And everybody at some point is going to eat genetically modified maize or the fructose that comes from the maize. Every animal that's being fed maize is being fed genetically modified maize, unless it's an organic animal. Do you understand what genetically modified foods are doing? They haven't been tested. It's only now, independently, they're being tested. Put into Google the rats that were fed only on genetically modified maize. Look at the photos. Look what's happened to the rats. Okay? They can't move. They are prone on the ground because their bodies are so grossly oversized with, guess what? Cancerous tumours. Why do we not know about this? Because it's in nobody's interest. It's in nobody's interest for you to know that because you wouldn't buy it. They don't care about you. They don't care if you die of cancer. They don't care if you die because lots of other people are going to be eating it. They don't care. You have to start caring. This is your body. This is you. You have every right to eat well. You have the right to have food that is good for you. Do not take any more their desires on board of what they want you to eat, what they tell you you should eat. Have a Coke and a smile. Have a McDonald's because look how happy people are who eat McDonald's. It's lies, 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 lies. People are ill. People are dying. Next video I'm going to talk about the options of food. I may talk about the options about how to put it right, or I might leave all that to the end. No, I'm going to talk about how to put it right, okay? For food. Then we're going to move on to another one, which is health, modern medicine, okay? Wake up. Smell the toast, as long as it's organic. See you later.